Eugene says he was disgusted when he heard that his girlfriend, Keaira, was accusing him of sexually molesting her young son. But Keaira says she noticed signs that appeared to be sexual abuse and she needs answers before she can trust him again. Take a look.
I love him. I just hope he passes the test. I'm here to find out if my boyfriend Eugene molested my son. It all started about 3 months ago when one of my other children made a comment that alarmed me. A week after, I noticed that my 1-year-old showed signs of sexual abuse. He seemed really restless and like something was bothering him. When I was changing his diaper, I noticed swelling and redness. I knew his private area didn't look right. It looked to me like it was signs of sexual abuse. I took my son to the hospital to get him checked out. They said, as far as they know, that it didn't look like he had been touched. When the doctor said that, I was still unsure because I knew something wasn't right. When I confronted Eugene about this, he said that he hadn't done anything and he would never do anything like that to my children because he loved us. But I still feel something's not right. My gut tells me that he did something, but I don't want to believe it. I know what the feeling is like, and I would hate for something like that to happen to my kids. It's been really hard trying to love him and believe that he's not doing it, but then still having that thought that he is. I used to feel trapped until I got him out. Now that he's been out, he swears he's innocent and still tries to come around. And I feel torn, scared for my kids.
When we first met, we said that we was going to be friends because she was already pregnant. So we was planning to be friends, and one thing, we got together. She had her kids, and a week later, I started being accused about the 1-year-old. So as it progressed,
when you said you began to be accused, what did she accuse
you? She started accusing me about the sexual molesting and stuff like that about the 1-year-old. So I didn't think she took it too serious because she wasn't in no rush to take him to the hospital. So as time progressed, I'm the one like, okay, let's take him to the hospital so you can see what's going on. So I'm not touching your kids. I'm not trying to harm your kids. We get to the hospital, they check him, they say there's nothing wrong. It's a diaper rash and he's constipated. I thought that was going to be the end of it. Then DCF gets involved. DCF doesn't find anything.
And how did they get involved?
The hospital. The hospital called them and got them involved in
Even though they determined it was diaper rash?
Yeah, even though they determined everything was good, they still put them into it. So DCF gets involved and they closes the case because they says nothing is found. So I just want her to know that it's not going on. I just want my name to be cleared because this is something serious to be accused about.
So you say you did not molest her son?
Never.
When she started accusing you, you were only together 3 months.
Yeah.
Why do you stay with somebody that accuses you of such a heinous crime?
Because with this is the only thing we ever argue about.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing, but this is
it's not like,
the only thing.
You're drinking a little too much or you're staying out late. This is
I know it's a big serious thing, but I love her that much that I would go through this to prove to her that I'm not doing it. And people ask me all the time, why don't you just leave the situation? It's because I know the situation is not true, and I know what she had to deal with, and I just want her to know I'm not that person.
When you say what she had to deal with, what did she
deal with?
Like
whatever personal situations that she had to deal with as a kid that makes her feel the way she feels about her kids when somebody's around. So she was a victim of
sexual abuse when she was a child?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like I just want her to know.
So she might be overly protective.
Yeah, she's very overprotective about her kids. And I tell her all the time I respect her for that because I'm overprotective about mine. So I just want her to know the truth.
How much can a child convey that he's being molested at 1?
He acts out. He throws temperature. His emotions are like rapidly changing.
At 1 year old?
Yeah.
Okay. How about the fact that when you brought up these allegations and you go to the hospital, the hospital really finds nothing of sexual abuse nature except diaper rash and constipation?
Yeah, but when I finally made it to the hospital, it was a couple days after I saw what I seen. So it could have, like, the signs could have subsided. But they also told me that they weren't 100% sure when I took him.
Well, with the child that age, it's hard, right? What are your feelings towards him?
I love him.
You do?
Yeah, with all my heart. And I hope he passed the test today.
You love him with all your heart.
I do.
But you think he may be molesting your child.
Yeah.
It sounds strange, right, when you say it out loud?
Yeah, but like he said, you can't help how you feel about somebody.
What if he fails his lie detector test today?
Oh, he going to jail.
So the two of you are not together right now?
Well, I thought we got back together. We were just keeping our distance until we figured this out. And then if he failed, we were going to break up. But he said we're not together, so I guess we're not together.
But he's saying he wants to be with you.
I want to be with him too.
Because I would think, and like I was telling him, and I'm not trying to break you up, but like, if I was a young guy dating a woman that would accuse me more than once of molesting their child, I think the easiest thing would be just to walk away, right?
That's what I thought he was going to do, but he wants to fight it and stay there and won't leave me alone until I get the answer, so.
Now, you speak a little bit on the tape about you know these feelings yourself, so I take it that you were a victim of somebody abusing you as a child?
Yeah.
Could those feelings make you hypersensitive to your own children, or maybe what's going on with them?
I guess. That's what everybody tells me.
Do you feel that you ever resolved what happened to you? No. And maybe that's something that you need for yourself, because when you have something so traumatic like that happen to yourself, and I'm not a doctor, but I think until you can come to grips with what happened to yourself, it might be hard to move forward with, like, your own kids and being.
You know, when it happened to me, it was ignored.
Well, that's what happens a lot with these stories, right? People are abusing a child, even when the child says something, somebody doesn't protect them, or they know what's going on, the parent, and they look the other way.
I didn't want that to be my children.
I think whatever happened to you, you wondered why somebody didn't protect you, why somebody didn't do something about your situation, and now your fear is that maybe your child will think that about you.
Yeah.
Have you ever touched Keaira's one-year-old son for your own sexual pleasure or gratification? He answered no, and the result for his lie detector test is that Eugene told the truth.
Thank you! Thank you! I've been telling you the truth the whole time. The whole time. I've been telling you the truth since day one. Since day one, I've been telling you the truth.
Well, now I got my answer.
Since day one. Since day one. Since day one. Come on. I'm telling you, I won't hurt y'all, man. It's gonna be okay. I've been telling you this for the longest. I'm not there to hurt y'all.
Thank you, Steve.
But now, there's just one more thing that I have to know from you. And I want to know. I love waking up to you every morning, seeing your face, seeing your smile. I love being around you and your kids. And I want y'all a part of my life, so will you marry me?
Yes.
I've been telling you the truth the whole time.
Thank you to all of our fans for helping us reach 1 million subscribers. Now let's get 1 million more. Make sure to subscribe now.